Oh, what's up?
Wait. Let me get out.
God. Just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, J-Man returns with another one of his absolutely insane yet hilarious Koopaling and Bowser Jr. stories. The latest in his ongoing series, The Koopalings and Bowser Jr. Show.
Fist deal sponsored by me for Joe Fee.
Yeah, when will the government prosecute you for your many crimes of joke thievery, stealing from every single TV show you watch? Episode 12 of Season 6 of The Koopalings and Bowser Jr. Show, Wendy's boyfriend. Now, regular viewers will remember Wendy is Bowser's only daughter. She's sassy, she's rude, she's kind of a brat, but you know, what do you expect in this family? I mean, can you blame her with the brothers she's got to put up with? And especially in this episode, you gotta take her side. This episode opens at McKoopa's, the parody of McDonald's that exists in Koopaland. And Wendy is standing at the front counter in front of the proprietor of McKoopa's, Cooper. And Wendy says, "I just don't know what to order. I guess I'll get some lettuce and tomato." Cooper says, "So you're just ordering some toppings?" That reminds me that I've ordered you burger toppings from a fast food place before. So suddenly a guy walks into McKoopa's, and Wendy looks at the guy and says, "Who are you?" It turns out this guy's name is Johnny. And he says, "Oh, look, it's a..." Johnny looks at Wendy and says, "Oh, look, it's a butt lady. I'll touch you with my bare butt." Which is a completely inappropriate thing to say to anyone. A stranger, at least. Johnny bumps his butt into Wendy, and Wendy yells, "Come on, man, that's pervy." I mean, I think it's harassment is what it is. She needs to... Cooper says, "Oh, look, someone's got a boyfriend." A huge misread of the situation.
What's up, man? Right.
When you misread, you're misunderstanding or misinterpreting the situation. Cooper thinks that this is romance blossoming, but Johnny's just kind of like harassing Wendy, and she's like, "Get your damn butt off of me." All the customers at McKoopa's go up to Wendy and Johnny and start oohing. Like, ew. Wendy says, "Quit staring at us." Suddenly, the Wendy bot walks in. The Wendy bot, which is the evil giant robot version of Wendy. The Wendy bot walks in and explodes glitter out of her butt everywhere. Wendy holds her nose and says, "Bleh, doesn't anyone know about stinky?" So then Johnny says, "Do you want to go out?" And Wendy says, "Fine," for some reason. She agrees to go out with this jerk. I guess if she said no, we wouldn't have much of an episode. So they go to the movies to see Shark Jira, which is like a Godzilla parody, right? Okay, with a big shark. They get to the theater and Johnny says, "We're here, butt lady." Wendy says, "Okay, and please stop calling me butt lady. That's not very polite, you darn son of a gun." I guess I don't know why did Wendy even agree to go out with this guy?
No.
Nobody knows. Yeah, you mean you don't know? They go into the theater, and Johnny sees a line and he roars like a dinosaur. Suddenly he stabs a little girl with a knife. Then he bites a woman's head off and he wrestles a bear, taking the bear down. It all sounds kind of familiar. Johnny grabs a boxing glove and he starts boxing a kangaroo. He sees Bowser Jr. He picks Bowser Jr. up and throws him into the popcorn machine, which makes Jr. cry. If I were Wendy at this point, I would just leave. I'd be like, this guy is nuts. Johnny starts yelling, "Give me the tickets," and no one gets hurt. Cooper, who also works at the theater, maybe if you've watched these videos before, you know Cooper works at every place that the Koopalings go to. Cooper says, "Okay, but no one else got their tickets yet." Johnny starts using a demonic voice and says, "Give me the tickets." Cooper says, "Here you go, just don't hurt me." Johnny says, "Well, I got our 2 tickets." Wendy says, "Great. Here it is, Shark Jira, the monster from the depths," or whatever. I guess Wendy, like the Koopalings, they're starting to be, they're evil characters. This series is supposed to be before they meet Mario and kind of before they're totally evil. But I guess Wendy may have agreed to go out with this guy because she's kind of evil and she recognizes that he's a jerk and that appeals to her evil instincts. Am I anywhere? Is this making any sense?
No.
Nobody knows, right? So Johnny says, "Are you excited to see Shark Jira?" And Wendy goes, yeah. So then we cut to like the end of Shark Jira. Like we're watching Shark Jira in the theater with them. And a guy on screen says, "Oh no, it's Shark Jira." Shark Jira breathes blue fire on a building. Suddenly, Mecha Shark Jira, Shin Shark Jira, King Caliente, and King Babam show up. Then the Wendy bot shows up in Shark Jira, and the Wendy bot's famous, and starts shooting glitter out of her butt all over the earth. Everyone says, "We can't breathe." Then Shark Jira ends with the boss music from Mario's Missing, and the entire earth explodes. Johnny says, "That was awesome." Wendy says, "No, it wasn't. It was idiotic." They decide to go on a roller coaster that's apparently right next door. Wendy has her arms folded in anger during the entire roller coaster ride, which is pretty impressive. Roller coasters, I don't think I'd be able to do that. Need to hold on to something. The roller coaster ends and they go back into the theater. Wendy says, "Who needs the dumb buffalo movie?" Suddenly,
5th dumb buffalo movie.
this dumb buffalo movie. She grabs a rocket launcher.
Fair don't want to stop. Beep.
Oh, that's in place of a curse. Dumb buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's creative.
Somebody royally forked up. Somebody forked up. Why can't I say fork?
If you're trying to curse, you can't hear.
That's bullshit.
So this is where Wendy goes crazy. She grabs a rocket launcher, and everyone in the theater gasps. She shoots the movie projector with the rocket launcher, and then security pins her down. So listen, bumping someone with your butt is no good, and you don't need to be doing it. It's bad news. Don't do it. Shooting a movie theater with a rocket launcher is a little worse. So security pins her down, and the security chief says, "Use the backup piranhas." So they grab some piranhas and clamp them onto Wendy like handcuffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buffet. Python. To her.
Yeah, to her, yeah. And then security kicks Wendy out. Johnny's completely unfazed by any of this. And he says, "Hey, do you want to go to the ballroom on the Titanic 4 tonight?" That's right, folks. Guess what? They've built a 4th Titanic. 3 Titanics weren't enough. They all now refresh my memory. All 3 previous Titanics sank, right?
Right.
They sank or they exploded. Imagine a world where there were 4 Titanics and they all blew up or sank. Anyway, so Johnny says, "Do you want to go to the ballroom on the Titanic 4 tonight?" Wendy says, "Fine." Before she goes to the Titanic 4, Wendy stops at home and she says to her brothers, "Hey guys, I got a boyfriend." They all start oohing, and Ludwig yells, "Stop it, you creeps." He breathes fire on them. Bowser says, "Hey, be nice." Wendy says, "We just met, but he said something that you aren't gonna like." It cuts to the outside of the house. Bowser starts screaming, "What?" His voice echoes, and some crowbars take to the air and caw. Did Wendy tell them that Johnny called her a butt lady?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we cut to Titanic 4. Excuse me. Wendy and Johnny get on Titanic 4 and Mississippi Queen starts playing. Mississippi Queen, the popular song by the group Mountain, which this guy knows from a regular show. Johnny says, "Hey, you're not wearing any clothes. There's no way I'm taking you to the ballroom looking like that." Wendy says, "Fine, that's okay with me." Junior, Troopa, Lakitu, and Bowser Jr. are also on Titanic 4. Suddenly there's a loud bump. Junior says, "Did you hear that?" Lakitu said, "Don't worry, it's probably just a shark." Suddenly, Shark Jira, who's real, rises up out of the water. Wendy says, "What's that?" Johnny says, "Oh no, it's it." The Koopalings all get into a lifeboat, and Shark Jira, instead of attacking everybody, Shark Jira swims away. So that's sort of like a real shark. Like a real shark would bump into you, and then if you weren't a seal or something, it would kind of swim away, right?
Right.
So Shark Jira swims away. Johnny is floating in the water, and a box jellyfish stings him in the crotch. Johnny's eyes turn to X's, and he sinks.
You were stunned a jellyfish.
That's right, Jason. I was stung by a jellyfish when I was a little kid. I don't know what kind of jellyfish it was. If I was stung by a box jellyfish, I would have been in real trouble, though. I don't think it was a box jellyfish. Because I got out of the water. This is when I was like 8 years old. I got out of the water, and I felt a pain, and I told my mom, and we didn't go to the doctor or anything. She just said, "Well, we'll take a look at it and keep an eye on it." If it was a box jellyfish, I would have had to go to the hospital right away, probably, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Johnny gets stung by the box jellyfish in his crotch, and then his eyes turn to X's, and he sinks. Wendy puts her hands on her sides and says, "Good." So, folks, this was not a love connection, or maybe it was because they're both evil. But either way, she won't be seeing Johnny again. So the Koopalings all go back home, and suddenly, a limousine pulls up, and it's Chris and Chris's parents. Chris, the evil baby, who you know from Jason's previous stories, of course. Chris, the evil baby, and his parents. Chris's dad gets out of the limo and said, "Did you like my clone?" The end. So that means Johnny was a clone of Chris's dad. You're starting to put clones in these stories, and who's making all these clones? Who's cloning Chris? Who's cloning all these? Them? Who Chris's dad is cloning them?
Yeah.
So he's
Gordon.
and Gordon. That's in your other story with Titanic 3. Gordon, the bad ex-boyfriend of Miranda, is cloned, right? Why is Chris's dad cloning all these jerks? Because he's a jerk? Nobody knows. Well, are you ever going to explain?
That's all plot.
It's not a plot hole, Jason. It's just it's a plot twist. Like Johnny turned out to be a clone of Chris. Are you ever going to explain why these clones are happening?
No.
No, of course not. Why would you? Jason is like Marvel. He's planned everything years ahead. So we got he's making the Koopalings and Bowser Jr. show right now. Then he's gonna do the Om TV show where Om and his friends eat candy all day. Then he's gonna do a sequel to the Little Einsteins called The Little Geniuses, where they're like older, right? They're like teenagers. And then in 2045 or whatever year it'll be, he'll make Wario's anime masterpiece. So,
Bye, 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 yeah, bye.